Is Alex Smith going to play tonight?
I don't know, and I tend to lean, like my initial lean right now is no. Like I'm 60-40 no. And I think part of that is the joint practices, and they were really good against the Jets in Richmond. And so I don't know how much more value Jay sees in putting him out there for a series or two, especially if they decide, let's not play Trent, and then all of a sudden you're talking about Jaron Christian, who was not very good last week, obviously, in the preseason. Against the Jets ones, and that could end poorly. And I don't know if, like, in terms of what the plan was with Jordan Reed, whether he would be scheduled to play tonight. And it gets to a point where if you don't have Trent protecting, you're not going to be throwing to Jordan. I don't know where Josh Doxson is at in terms of him wanting him to play with his heel still a little bit sore. What's the point? If you don't have anyone to protect you, and you don't have anyone to throw to, then what's the point of being out there if you're the first-string quarterback when those are the guys you're supposed to be getting work with? So add in those factors with the fact that they already played this team this week 3 times, kind of, with the reps that he got in practice being more than he'd ever get in the game, and I don't know that he's going to play tonight.
Yeah, you make good points.
Who's going to be the likely starting running back?
Rob Kelly start. Maybe they start P. Ryan to mix it up since Kelly got the start technically last week. And then obviously wound up playing a little bit more with Darius getting hurt. So I would think Rob Kelly's the starter. Samaje Perine gets a fair amount of work, and then Marshall and Bibbs I would assume also get work. And I would assume that Chris Thompson doesn't play, and Byron Marshall's their starting third down back.
Who do you like better between Marshall and Bibbs right now?
It's tough. I think they like Marshall a little bit better. I might like Capri a little bit better. I think Capri's a better runner. And I think Byron's a better pass catcher, but Capri's really good at it. Chris Thompson said he thinks Capri's one of the best running backs he's ever seen. And he can split out and do all the things that Byron can do as well. Byron's got a little bit more big play ability, but I just think from a consistency standpoint, I feel like Bibbs is a better runner of the football. And I think Bibbs is one of the best have, and so I would probably wind up trying to figure out a way to keep him.
So in those practices, the joint practices with the Jets for 3 days, how much did Reed play?
Jordan was out there a fair amount. I mean, Jordan's healthy, but on a pitch count, they're slowly bringing him back on purpose, trying to acclimate him since he did miss all of the offseason program. And so he played, I'm trying to think if in the team, I think on the first 2 days and definitely the middle day, I feel like he played in the team periods, like the 2-minute situational type stuff. And it was a factor there. He definitely played 7-on-7, 1-on-1s, and all that kind of stuff. But team, he definitely got some reps in as well, and he did not as much. He didn't participate at all on the final day, but a lot of the starters wound up sitting that out.
Mm-hmm. So those last 2 practices were skirmish free. There was no dust.
Yeah,
ups.
there was a couple. I mean, there was the one video that everyone saw of DJ Swearinger barking at Terrell Pryor and the flinch and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And there was maybe 1 or 2 like small scraps that happen, when teams are practicing themselves. But in terms of an all-out brawl like we had last week, no, nothing close to that.
Did you see the Jimmy Ward, DeAndre Hopkins video?
I did see that.
Man, that was vicious.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins has gotten in a he got in a fight in a game a couple years ago, didn't he? Or no, maybe that was Andre Johnson who just meleeed Cortland Finnegan. That's what that was.
Yeah, that was Johnson.
Wrong Texans receiver.
Yeah, that was Johnson. But in this particular fight, I'm putting it on Jimmy Ward. I mean, Jimmy Ward, the play was over, and Jimmy Ward punched Hopkins for no reason.
Yeah, and he's the one who popped his helmet off in the first place, which is not something that should
But see, that's
happen.
what you get in those joint practices, man. That's the
risk.
And
it's testosterone overload, and it comes at a time, like, if teams are going to do these, they should probably do them earlier in camp, maybe the first preseason opponent instead of the second, because at this point in camp, teams are fighting amongst themselves. They're just so ready to hit someone else that they can. And as Trent had 2 quotes that made a lot of sense. One, testosterone overload, basically, was the quote. But the other one is says there's no repercussions out here. You're not going to get fined. You're not going to get suspended. The worst thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to get kicked out of practice.
Yeah.
And so when you have no repercussions, then you're willing to go farther than you would if there were repercussions, and that's why dudes fight.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Craig Hoffman, our Redskins beat reporter. Redskins second preseason game tonight against the Jets. I don't know that we spent that much time talking about what to expect from the Redskins pass rush. Obviously, Kerrigan's there. Preston Smith, I believe it's a contract year. How's the pass rush looking?
It is a contract year for Preston. He looks fantastic. He's shown really, really well. He's gotten a lot of reps against Trent Williams, and it's not like he wins a ton of them because no one beats Trent Williams in one-on-ones, but it's obviously making him better, and he definitely gives Trent all he can handle. With Preston, too, there's just a maturity to his game and to him in general that is different than anything I've seen from him up to this point. It's been a progression, but he's definitely continued to advance along those lines. Then Ryan's Ryan. He's going to play, you think he's going to play 16 games. He's never missed a game in his career, and he's going to produce at a high level because that's what Ryan Kerrigan does. And then it's question marks. Ryan Anderson has been up and down continually in camp. He's better than he was last year, but that's not saying a whole lot because he was terrible last year by his own admission. And then Pernell McPhee, he's never popped to me. He's just there. Maybe he makes a play here or there, but nothing that ever really jumps out.